Legend of Total War here, and today we've got a Saving Your Disaster battle playing as Heralds of Ariel going up against the Lizard Men. So these two here are just going to keep roaring at each other, so I'm just going to start the battle to stop that. So this situation here is he's doing a Ritual of Rebirth, and this is one of the armies that that has shown up. It's a pretty damn dangerous one. Now, Dryad's army is good because she boosts Dryads. But Dryads are not great against single entities, and something like half of this army is single entities. So even though it only said Valiant Defeat, and you know, you can usually overcome that kind of stuff fairly easily, if you've got units that just straight up lose to certain unit types, then you've got a bit of a problem here. Now, that's not to say that this battle's impossible. We just have to work a bit harder. We can't just be like, YOLO win and expect to win. That's just not going to work, despite the fact that we've got an experience advantage over them. You know, these are tier 1 units going up against some tier 5, tier 5, 4, 3, you know, there's some tough units in here. Now, if we want to have stats overcome, you know, their stats, an obvious choice is to fight in the forest, because the forest provides us with a... I'll show us in a minute. Yeah, it'll give us a 15% melee defense boost, but it will also give them a 20% melee attack debuff. So they're not going to be able to hit us very hard, as long as we stay within some semblance of trees. Alright, they're all hidden to begin with. You come over here. I really don't understand the point of the Waystalker in the army at all. Actually, no, that would be there for sieges, wouldn't it? Yeah, okay, then I get it. Because you just send this guy in to go and cap the town square, whatever. Okay, fair enough. Yep, you two stay in there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with you at this stage, but you're not of much use to me in this particular battle. Just stay back over here. Alright, now everyone's hidden to begin with here. What I'm thinking, we can debuff them further by making them exhausted. If I just run them around, make them do some cardio for a bit, they're going to get tired, and their stats are going to drop down even further. Now, one of the stats that actually drops down when they are tired, for some weird reason, is armor. Now, we don't do a ton of armor piercing damage, so dropping 130 armor down by whatever percentage it is a big deal. So let's do that. Also gives us some time to generate some Winds of Magic, and also get these summons ready, since they don't expire. Okay. They didn't hide straight away, so that means someone's probably going to come over here. I probably should have waited. Or, maybe we could send this one on a wild goose chase, and it's fine. Just don't... Because it's just a summon, it doesn't really matter. No, they're giving up the chase. Okay, never mind, forget it. Just stay there. But basically, we've got a bunch of abilities here, especially this one here, that just takes some time to generate, which will just help us get our bounce of power up. Now, one thing that we definitely want to do in this battle here, or not do, is blob up, because they've got Coatls, which have one use of Lesser Chain Lightning each. They've got Irana's Thunderbolts, and they've also got Arc of Sotex, which are... Oh, and the friggin' Engines of the Gods. All that stuff is just really dangerous for blobs. If you have a look at our stats over here, we've got Physical Resistance, dishing out, like, Poison. That's good, I guess. But no Spell Resistance, so we've got to be careful with their magic. Yep, just make them run around. They should start getting tired fairly soon. It's also giving us some time to generate magic. I'm going to cool off on this for a bit. I think we were lucky that it didn't chase after us. I'm just going to fly right over their heads here. Could waste the ammunition of that unit, but I really don't think... yeah, maybe a bit. It's on very hard battle difficulty. It's actually kind of surprised it was even shooting at me. So, okay, yep, they're getting tired. That's good. It hit us, but no big deal. We got fire resistance. Good, get them all nice and tired. This is going to make them really weak. Now, we could maybe, if we go around in circles enough, maybe I could get the Dwellers Below on them and get rid of a whole heap of the... what's it called? Temple Guard. That looks pretty good. That's a really good bloody spell right there. Really bloody strong. 20,000 damage done already. Good stuff. Very happy with that. Okay, now I guess another thing that we could do is pop down a Rouse to Wrath in here, just to get them to use it on, use their abilities on it, just so that they're, you know, done with, rather than using it on our main army. I'm gonna do another one. That was really bloody good. Dwellers Below is fantastic. Look at it, even does a decent amount of damage to single entities.
As you say.
Keep getting hit by this one, but it's almost out of ammo. Can't hit the flying units with it though. So 32. Obviously the first one was a lot better. This is good so far. Okay, and another one. Alright, this isn't going to win us the battle, but this will give us an edge. Now, here's another problem. Lizardmen and Wood Elves both now use the same music, so I actually don't know who's got the bounce power in their favor, and we're not going to find out. So that one there did another 10,000 damage, but for 3 casts for 43,000 damage, with a mostly single entity army, I think that's pretty good. Now we don't really have to worry too much about the Temple Guards. Not that they were ever really the biggest threat. All right, and this one here is almost out of ammo, and we're okay for magic. Still got 74 remaining. Okay, here comes another cast. It's doing a decent amount of damage to single entities as well. I reckon Dwellers Below is probably going to be due for a nerf. It's very powerful at the moment. And I think the multiplayer guys know it as well. And if something's overpowered in multiplayer, you better believe it's going to get nerfed in single player. Alright.
As you say. Quickly.
Good, another 10,000 damage done. Okay, now let's pop one of these right down in the middle. I don't expect this one to do any damage. The whole purpose of this is get them to use up their abilities. Yeah, look at that. Just no chill on that. They're just using up all their abilities. Now that looked like 2 of the solar beam cannon things. Now those have got 2 each, and so that means there's 6 of them to deal with. But it's quite possible that they did all 3 of them at the same time. Actually, there's a way to check. You can actually see. So have a look here. That's got 1 left. This one's got 1 left, and this one here. Yeah, all 3 of them used it. They just did it all at the same time. Good, we rallied. Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. Alright, let's get ready for the last one. So yeah, this one here will use up the... Let me have a look here, I've still got those. If it uses up all 3 of the solar beam stuff, then so be it. That's really... Oh wait, that shit's got cooldown. Yeah, I probably should have waited a little bit longer. Although there wasn't too much damage done to it, so it'll probably come back. Good. Double waste of the chain lightning. This is what we're doing here. Wasting those damn abilities. Get in there. Yep, there's another one. Good. Looks like they're using all 3 of them up. Okay, that's all of the abilities that we really need to worry about there. We trade off our... Like, don't get me wrong. Our ability is really good, but it doesn't hurt our army, them doing that. And that stuff there could really hurt the other Dryads. Alright, give them 1 more of these, because I don't want to rely too much on healing, but it's now time to lure them back over here. But that went fantastically well, I think. You just come back over here as well. Ah, screw it. Doomed. So, lure them over here. And now we can... with that not too much problem, we can blob up a little bit. We just got to watch out for the Ark of Sotex, that's all.
Awaiting orders.
Okay, now you...
Forward.
Let's see about using some of this stuff.
As you said.
Now, they'll come in and fight here, and they'll lose 20% of their melee attack. They're exhausted now, so I think we're in good shape to just fight them in melee and not worry too much. Collaterals do magical damage. Okay, I need to land because they're going straight after
As you say.
the wizard there. But if we land, then they'll land, and
By F you
have to
are.
get wrecked. So they might still have some chain lightnings remaining. It's not chain lightnings, the Iran's Thunderbolt, but that's okay.
As you say.
Alright, and let's get these two in there. We've got some abilities to use. And we can see here the Coatls are going down reasonably well, considering, you know, how strong they actually are. This is not particularly favourable for them. And we're just not taking damage. It's because we wore them out so much, and we're all nice and fresh. That's it, get in over here. Boost our guys. Nice. So looking at their stats, drop them down to 0. Nice. I don't know if we need these abilities here. They're just not doing any serious damage to us. This is great. Good. Look at that one go down. Ah, this one here is a Murder of Spites one. That's good. So, like a Mortis engine. We don't really want this one going away. It'd be better to kill it. Let me just see. I might use the eagle to try to finish it off. I'm not sure if she'll be able to do it though. But yeah, being able to firstly exhaust them, then take out 3 of their important units before the rest of them get here. That's all really good. Come on, a little bit more. Okay, Dryads, you get back in here. Same thing with you. Come on, one more hit. You got this. Kill it so you don't have to deal with it later. And look at it, we're just not taking damage. Oh, except for this one, who cares? Come on, you can do it. One more hit, you can do it.
Ready to serve.
Actually missed. There we go, good. Coatl down. So yeah, let this one here take the brunt of the damage, because it's just a summon. It just doesn't matter.
Battle ready.
Now we're going over here. Bring you around and maybe put down that. Alright, so that Stegodon there is obstructed. The terrain here is just not good for them at all. And they pop down over here. Okay. Alright, now I'm taking a little bit of damage, but yeah, no need to charge at them. Just bring them into the forest. All nice and exhausted. Good stuff.
Deep with Guardian.
Coatl's coming back. I gotta land again. Oh, no, I don't.
Yes. Wait.
No, no. Alright, don't forget to be popping down this stuff here. Don't really feel the need to generate more magic. I think we're fine. Alright, yeah, now we're starting to take a bit of damage. I need to pop down some heals. Pull this one back a bit so we don't take lopsided damage too severely. Same thing over here.
Hiding in wait.
Awaiting orders.
Probably gotta watch out because of the Bastille and Ark of Sotex. That's probably what did all the damage to us here. We're just gonna have to suck that up. I have no way of just getting rid of them easily.
Ready to serve.
Okay, let's see about getting rid of that Coatl.
Quick
But I told this one to get back.
Hunter!
It's probably going to miss because of the actually, hang on. Won't miss this one, which isn't... Okay, it is shooting. What kind of damage is it doing? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's doing a bit. Okay, get that one out of there. So this ability here is like a net to pin him down, but that's not particularly useful here. What about this ability here? Yeah, it's probably just going to hit trees. I'd say just leave it.
Your orders.
Okay, we've got reserves to be sent up front so we don't take too much lopsided damage. And all of these damage units here, let's move them into the back of the next forest here. Just try to spread out these casualties. I think the army losses is coming any... Yeah, see this one ability here. This is why we really have to avoid blobbing up. That just does a ton of damage. It's too late to run out of the way now. Just gotta suck it up. Get over here and try to kill these Ark of Sotex. I guarantee that they're the ones that are killing us the most.
Moving swiftly.
So I'll move these ones back over to here. I'll try to give them as much healing as possible. But yeah, let the ones that haven't taken much damage, let them take over.
Forest Stalker! Punch them!
Onward. Of course.
Okay, might need to keep issuing them orders. Alright, because you can give them a move order and then they'll just forget about it. It happens all the bloody time. Yeah, these Ark of Sotex, I just didn't have any way of really getting rid of them easily. And if I did, I just don't know. You guys let me know. Because typically the way you'd get rid of them is by shooting them, which the Way Stalker is not going to be able to handle it. And they can keep doing it an unlimited amount of times. Just need to kill them quickly. But there's the army losses, so a lot of damage. Even these ones here that only have a little bit of health left, they're only down to half numbers. So our army isn't actually as damaged as it might look like. But we should definitely try to run them down, especially the Ark of Sotex. Guarantee they're the ones that did all the damage. Yeah, 10,000 damage there. Let's have a look at this one here. 12,000. Yeah, fair bit. But you know, these ancient Stegodons, Engine of the Gods, which are higher tier units, they didn't quite get that upper hand on us. These abilities here, I just don't have any real use for them. If I pop it down, it's just not going to do anything. Okay, there's not really that much point now in healing them. It's not going to revive dead entities. But yeah, just try to get rid of as many of these as we possibly can. Yeah, if I pop this down here.
Stalking the prey. Swiftly. Right away. With speed.
Come on, get moving. The more of them we can kill, the better. Just make it so you can handle this army next time. Which you should be able to handle it, no problem. But just, yeah, next time with relative ease. But yeah, if he had just, at the very start of the battle, just rushed at this, I could totally see why it would have been a complete wash. Or at the very least, have been such a Pyrrhic victory that it wasn't worth fighting. At least this way, no units are wiped out. And in fact, you might fully recover by the end of the turn. Okay, one Ark of Sotek down. Keep working on it. What's Striker doing there? Alright, now watch this. If we completely stop it, watch this. It's going to actually keep fighting. It's not going to pop down the ability, but it will keep fighting. If you completely stop something, that's what happens. Good. Looks like we're going to get all 3 Ark of Sotex. Which, like I said, they were the 3 most dangerous units in the army. Apart from maybe the Coatls. But we got rid of both Coatls. Oh, wait. There was another one there. There must have been more than 3. I thought there was only 3. I'll never reach that in time. So if we have a look at the army now, you'll see that it really wasn't that much damage, because every entity that lived, even if it was damaged, retains, it gets all of its health back. The only ones that don't get their health back are the actual units that died. This is why I tried to pull out the particularly damaged units midway through the battle, because most of those ones that were alive were quite badly damaged and were about to die. And there were plenty in reserve that just weren't that damaged. But pretty much most units took some damage. And that's what you want to do with these kind of battles here, is try to spread out your damage as evenly as possible. You're never going to really get into a situation where you're just going to be able to perfectly make it like 10 casualties each. That's never going to fucking happen. But you want to try to spread it out as much as possible. Or at the very least, try to keep them above half strength, so that you can, if possible, at your like maximum replenishment rate, heal them in one turn. Yeah, I don't think 2% is going to matter much. Right, like I said, it was a one of these events. So this one here is just going to make its way towards the sacred pools. And look at that, you're pretty much going to replenish in one turn. Pretty much, because you can only, maximum replenishment is 50. So we should have pulled them out just a little bit early, but I think being at 98% strength with the army is acceptable. This one here is not going to be able to make it over to attack you over the end turn. And yeah, it's just one Arc of Sotek left. You'll be able to easily auto-resolve and get rid of that next turn. Yeah. It just depends on whether or not you want to come over here or not. But yep, the army's good. Yeah, Dryad. This is not a rating your Doomstack video, but she does provide pretty decent buffs for Dryad units. And Dryads aren't too bad. I've been able to basically run the entire campaign just using Dryads. Anyway, that's the end of this one here, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. I appreciate the absolute swarm of save files that you guys sent in from after I did that like call to action in the previous video. You guys must have sent in like 100 disaster battles. So over the next few days, I'm going to try to go through as many of them as I can. If you don't get a response to them, don't forget to just respond to them with bump. You'll go to the top of my list, and I'll eventually get through the ones that actually really want their disasters solved. But I appreciate you guys sending so many save files in. Anyway, that's the end of this one. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time, fuckers. Bye.